Hello, everybody. So nice to be here with you and with you.
Hi.
So we decided to make a video and discuss some topics, some relationship topics. My name is Tatiana Svol, and this is my dear Vlad Koharchuk. He is a purpose guru and Russian Jesus. That's what he is. It's just that's what it is. And tonight we would love to discuss topic taking space in a relationship. So if you are in a relationship and you need some space, or do you want some space? Do you feel sometimes like you need a space but your partner doesn't really feel comfortable with having space? So I just wanted to talk about it because we're all so different and everybody reacts and need space in a different way. Some people need more space, other people don't need space at all, and I think it's really nice to know those differences so we can be flexible with each other and understand our differences and our partners. So I would love to hear from Vlad what has been your experience with taking space. Do you need a lot of space usually in your relationship? And has it been difficult in your relationship to take space? Were your partner reactive, or were they really understanding and needing space as well? So I would love to hear you.
Thank you, Tatiana. Thank you for having me. Thank you for this beautiful tea.
You're welcome.
It's
We're
just so
having some
delicious. Cheers
Yeah.
for love.
I love him.
So now I'm in a very solid relationship with my partner, and seems like we understand each other. And I'm definitely the guy who needs the space. And what I realized that we all unique and different, and I feel like every human, every person is like the universe itself. I have my universe, you have yours. In many cases our universes are aligned. That's why we can create solid foundation for growth and development of our relationship. But at the same time, we both have different sides, and that sides are not necessarily aligned 100%.
Right.
And this is where we need to go sometimes to respect ourselves, to understand ourselves and to respect ourselves. So I used to forget about it in my previous relationship, so when I was not really conscious about my own needs, and it didn't work out. It basically created a lot of drama, a lot of unnecessary conversations, fights, resistance. But now I'm glad that we're talking about it. First of all, the number one, I feel like the number one suggestion to any person or any couple, actually to any human who has some type of relationship, professional, personal, with other human, to have conversation first. Because if you don't have conversation, it's impossible to understand each other. And sometimes it's worse to repeat what person just said, to make sure you understand it correctly. This morning I had conversation with my ex, and we're still friends, but when I talk to her, I'm aware that I need to ask the same question several times or repeat back to make sure I understand exactly what she means. Otherwise, it's gonna be misunderstanding, and we don't need misunderstanding. For me personally, I feel like I'm extroverted introvert, so I need a lot of my time, and I'm so happy that I can receive it in the relationship I have right now.
Have you ever been in a situations where you were needing space from your partner and they would not feel happy with that, or would take it personally, or were getting triggered?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, first of all, I wasn't able to explain it right, because I probably felt some shame and guilt around it, even before expressing it. So usually in the past, when I needed the space, I fight with this person and then just leave. So I fight and leave, and this is how I create my space, which is not really healthy, right?
Right.
And of course, after like a day, or sometimes 2-3 days, I'm come back, or I'm able to come back and have conversation again.
So was that the way to create the space, or it was just a fight was creating a space?
I feel like I didn't express my truth. You know, like any man.
Hey!
Bless you!
Oh, thank you. In Russia, if you sneeze, that means that the person who said something just right now, they said the truth.
That's right.
So what did you say right now?
In the past, I wasn't aware of such thing as the space. I heard about some book that was discussing the idea of artist day, where you take day by yourself, but I don't think I ever told my partner that I need this day. So I kind of did it on my own once in a while without saying that I need the space, because again, like I mean, I guess I was just not necessarily ready to understand it for myself. So I guess if you summarize everything that we discussed, I would put understand yourself first and then have conversation. So
yeah, and it's true that communication, it is a really big part of a relationship, and being able to express and explain to your partner why, or kind of like why do you need time for yourself, or even just express that your need, right, to take a space for yourself, and it's everybody have rights to take a time for themselves, obviously, and kind of like explain that is a part of who you are and part of your personality, because sometimes people get charged when they are socializing. They're getting energized, they like to be social, they like to be out there, and there's other type of people who really get overwhelmed and energetically drained from being around people, so they need actually time for themselves to recover. And being able to take that space in your relationship is really a beautiful thing.
yes,
And being able to communicate that to your partner.
that's so true. That's so true. And it doesn't necessarily.
Has to be a bad thing.
That's right. It has to be a bad thing. It's all about communication and respecting each other.
That's right. Yeah. I would like to share my own experience with that as well. In my longest relationship, that has been 5 years, in the beginning it was really difficult to have that space, actually, because my partner was really reacting to that and he was taking it personally, and I knew that I need the space. And right from the beginning of our relationship, I was like, hey, I need it 1 day a week when we're not planning anything together, and I'm just doing my own thing and being in my own flow. And it was difficult, and I was like, I'm not really going to spend time with other people. I just need time for myself when I'm kind of like in my own space. But eventually, again, like with the communication and with your partner understanding you, it become easier and easier, and I was able to manage that question. But I think it's a really, really beautiful topic, and I think as people getting together and they communicating those little things that eventually can become big things, your relationship are improve and get better and better. And this is one of the really important ones, taking time for yourself and really communicating with your partner that that's one of the needs that you have.
Beautiful said. I feel like I had the same experience, but I never understood how important it was for me to have that space, and I basically just had to live sometimes, like without saying that I need the space. I just had to live and do my own thing, just being by myself. And it's, yeah, a lot of people are definitely emotionally triggered by behavior of others.
Yeah.
And we all choose, do you want to be in this type of relationships or not? We have free will, and we all can make a decision. We can try as many times as we want, and if it doesn't work, the next question is, what the program in your mind? Usually the program is, I'm not good enough, I won't find a better person, so I have to stick with what I have. And this is BS,
Right,
like,
yeah.
That's why self-love and self-work is so essential and so important, because at the end of the day, your life, my life is about me, your life is about you.
Right.
What we create together, it's a beautiful project, but it's not the most important project. First of all, everyone has to realize that your biggest project of life is yourself. For example, my father, he is alcoholic for the last 30 years, 25 years, and like he says, I dedicated all my life to you, and I said, dude, it's cool, but it's excuse basically. It's excuse that many people are using. Oh, I dedicated my life to kids. Beautiful. But if you cannot put oxygen mask on yourself first, how can you help kids? Because I was thinking and contemplating about the subject, and I realized that when I or my sister had the most important events in our lives, the father was drunk all the time. So, like on the one side, he says that he dedicated his life to us. On the other side, when we need his support, he's not there, because he's not present.
Right.
I guess this is his way of finding the space, because again, if you're drunk, it's escape mechanism, right? It's like you're in different reality, and this is again finding your own space. That's why people watch TV, like zone out, and computer screen, zone out into TV, like food binging, drugs, alcohol, same kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think in relationship, when it gets triggered, when one person needs a space and other person gets emotional around it, as we all take responsibility for our emotions and feelings, I would say that the belief that triggering in the other person is that I'm not oh, I'm not good enough or I'm not lovable enough, that's why this person wants the space, which is not true, right? It's not usually the case. Usually we all just need to do things for ourselves. But yeah, that belief that I'm not good enough, or I will lose love of that person because he's taking space, it means that they love me less, or I'm doing something wrong. Like, all these conversations gets really confusing sometimes. And really, yeah, I guess the invitation here is to not giving into those fears and thoughts that are not true, and really enjoy yourself, and like, oh, okay, I'm getting some time for myself. What do I want to do? Like, what do I want to create, enjoy, go see my friends or girlfriends? Like, I got some time for myself, and I can really use it for things that are exciting for me, and that way the individuality will be preserved in a relationship. Thank you so much for sharing. It was beautiful. I really appreciate your perspective, and it's so nice to have two perspectives, masculine and feminine. And yeah, we really had a fun time here, and
Looking forward
we're looking forward to more.
to the next one.
Thank you.